So, you've been eyeing the Lenovo Legion Go 2 and wondering, is this handheld really worth all the hype? Before you drop a serious chunk of cash, let's break it down. From the shiny new OLED display and upgraded Ryzen chip, to the battery life, storage options, and even those fancy Hall effect joysticks, there's a lot happening under the hood. Lenovo is seriously doubling down on making a handheld that can actually rival your console or gaming laptop. Buckle up, because here are 10 things you absolutely need to know before hitting that buy button. Upgraded processor and performance. The biggest flex of the Legion Go 2 is its brain, the brand new AMD Ryzen Z2 chip. If you want to push things further, you can even grab the Z2 Extreme version, which basically feels like strapping a turbo engine onto a handheld. Compared to last year's Z1 Extreme, the new chip delivers smoother performance, faster load times, and that extra bit of raw horsepower that makes heavy titles feel much more playable. You're less likely to see your game stutter when things get chaotic on screen, and multitasking doesn't turn the device into a hot potato in your hands. The Z2 is also built with efficiency in mind, meaning you get better use of the battery without sacrificing speed. It can handle graphically demanding AAA games just as confidently as smaller indie gems, so you don't have to second guess what the device can or can't run. Paired with the upgraded cooling system, the Go 2 takes the kind of punishment gamers throw at it and keeps delivering consistent results. If the original Legion Go felt like proof of concept, the Go 2 feels like the moment Lenovo really nailed performance for handheld PC gaming. New OLED display. One of the biggest reasons the Legion Go 2 immediately stands out is the switch to OLED. You're getting an 8.8-inch panel that runs at 144 Hz, which means gameplay looks buttery smooth even when things get chaotic. The real charm of OLED, though, comes through in the colors. Brighter highlights, deeper blacks, and an overall richness that makes everything on screen look more alive. With 500 nits of brightness and an improved color gamut, it's the kind of display that can transform a game into something you want to just stop and stare at. Resolution has seen a slight dip to 1200p compared to the original model, but that's not necessarily a drawback. By lowering the pixel count just a bit, Lenovo has struck a balance that favors performance and battery efficiency. You'll notice more consistent frame rates without the system straining to keep up. Every frame of a cutscene, every particle effect, every bit of world-building detail just looks sharper and more vivid. It's a screen that elevates how you experience games on a handheld. Improved battery life. The first Legion Go had plenty of muscle, but struggled to stay alive for long stretches. That's where the Go 2 makes one of its most important upgrades, a massive 74 watt-hour battery. Compared to the 49.2 watt-hour pack in the original, the capacity boost is huge. Longer sessions without scrambling for a charger instantly make this device more practical. Of course, handhelds with powerful chips and high-end displays are always power-hungry, and the Z2 processor paired with an OLED screen doesn't sip energy politely. But the combination of smarter efficiency in the chip and the bigger battery gives you a noticeably better balance. Instead of worrying about battery anxiety in the middle of a match, you get more breathing room to enjoy your library. Another subtle benefit of the larger battery is how it works with the improved cooling system. A cooler device means fewer spikes in power draw, so that big battery doesn't just stretch playtime, it keeps things running consistently. This is simple, but a meaningful leap that turns the Legion Go 2 from a couch-only handheld into something you can confidently take on the go. Refined cooling system. Performance is nothing if a handheld turns into a mini furnace, and Lenovo clearly took that to heart with the Go 2. The cooling setup has been reworked with ultra-thin heat-sink fins and larger exhaust vents, creating better airflow without cranking up fan noise. That translates into a cooler, quieter experience, even when the processor is chewing through demanding titles. Heat is the silent killer of performance, Once components get too hot, systems throttle down and your frame rate suffers. By keeping temperatures in check more effectively, Lenovo ensures that the Z2 chip can sustain its performance instead of giving you short bursts of speed followed by sluggish drops. The improved airflow also adds confidence when pushing settings higher. Instead of dialing everything down to keep the system from overheating, you can lean on the Legion Go 2, knowing the hardware has breathing room. And because the fans don't sound like a jet engine taking off, you can actually hear your game's audio instead of the cooling system fighting for attention. All in all, this refined cooling system makes the device feel more reliable, especially for marathon gaming sessions. Detachable Hall Effect. Joysticks. One of the most underrated changes in the Legion Go 2 is the switch to Hall Effect joysticks. Traditional sticks rely on physical contact points that wear down over time, eventually leading to drift. Hall Effect sensors, by contrast, use magnets to register movement, meaning no friction, less wear, and far greater reliability. It's the kind of change that seems minor until you realize it eliminates one of the most annoying problems in handheld gaming. The detachable True Strike controllers from the first model make a return, so you're not just holding a slab, you're playing with ergonomically designed pieces you can pop off and reposition. Having that modularity feels more natural, especially if you're used to console-style play. Beyond the durability boost, Hall Effect sticks deliver smoother and more precise input. Movements register cleanly, aiming feels tighter, and you don't have to second-guess if the hardware will betray you in the middle of a fight. For competitive players, this is peace of mind baked right into the design. It's a feature that improves the day-to-day gaming experience in ways you notice immediately, and it shows Lenovo is thinking long-term about hardware reliability. Enhanced ergonomics and design. The Legion Go 2 doesn't reinvent its overall shape, but Lenovo has fine-tuned the ergonomics to make it feel more natural in hand. Subtle refinements to grip angles and weight distribution mean less strain during longer sessions, which is a big deal for a handheld that can easily double as your primary gaming device. Comfort matters as much as raw performance, and here Lenovo clearly listened to feedback. A standout addition is the integrated fingerprint reader tucked into the power button. Quick, secure logins make jumping into your library easier, and it also doubles as a smart convenience feature. You don't have to juggle passwords or PIN codes just to get started. Build quality continues to lean on premium materials, giving the device a sturdy feel without crossing into too heavy to carry around territory. The detachable controllers still slide in and out smoothly, and the whole setup maintains Lenovo's distinctive style while polishing away some of the rougher edges from the first model. All these design tweaks don't shout for attention, but they add up to a handheld that feels more mature. It's simply more comfortable, more practical, and more secure than its predecessor. Expanded storage options. The Legion Go 2 plays it smart with flexible options. Base models give you room to expand through a micro SD slot, which is handy for backups or loading up a secondary library. But the real stars are the higher-end versions, which come fitted with PCIe SSDs of up to 1 terabyte or even 2 terabytes. Having a 2 terabyte option in a handheld is no small thing. Modern AAA games chew through storage faster than ever, and constantly uninstalling and reinstalling titles gets old quickly. With that much capacity, you can comfortably keep a rotating library ready to go without micromanaging space. Beyond raw size, PCIe SSDs also deliver the kind of speed you expect from a serious gaming PC. That means quick load times, faster installs, and less waiting around. Combined with Windows 11, it makes the handheld feel less like a cut-down console and more like a compact laptop built for play. Between expandable micro SD slot support and beefy SSD options, Lenovo gives players real choice. You're not locked into one setup. You can scale your storage based on your budget and how massive your library happens to be. User-friendly software. Hardware alone doesn't make or break a handheld. Software plays a huge role in whether the experience feels smooth or frustrating. Lenovo addresses that with Legion Space, an all-in-one hub designed to unify your gaming library. Instead of hopping between multiple launchers, you get a single interface that pulls everything together, whether it's from Steam, Xbox Game Pass, or other platforms. Legion Space goes beyond being a launcher, though. It packs AI-driven gaming assistance, giving you smart recommendations on settings to balance performance and visuals. For players who don't want to tweak endlessly, that's a major time saver. For those who do like fine-tuning, the software still offers deep system configuration, so you can adjust performance profiles, refresh rates, or even power consumption with just a few taps. It also feels designed for handheld use, with menus and layouts that are easy to navigate on a smaller screen. That might sound basic, but plenty of PC-based handhelds rely too heavily on desktop-style interfaces that just don't fit the form factor. Legion Space trims the fat and focuses on getting you into games faster. The result is software that complements the hardware instead of holding it back, a crucial step forward for this generation. Higher price point. Powerful hardware rarely comes cheap. Legion Go 2 proves that point loud and clear. The entry-level version is already more expensive than the first generation, but the flagship Z2 Extreme model climbs all the way to $1,349. That positions it firmly in premium territory, above what you'd spend on a console, and closer to what a capable gaming laptop might cost. The question is less about sticker shock and more about value. You're paying for top-tier components: an OLED screen, Hall-effect joysticks, bigger battery, refined cooling, and of course that upgraded Z2 Extreme processor. For players who want a handheld that actually replaces a desktop or console for everyday gaming, the investment makes sense. But it does mean this device isn't competing with budget-friendly options. It's aiming at enthusiasts willing to pay extra for cutting-edge features. Lenovo clearly wants the Legion Go 2 to be seen as a flagship handheld rather than an entry-level experiment. The pricing reflects that ambition, and while it may limit its audience, it also sets the tone. This is a high-performance gaming machine for people serious about portable PC gaming. Windows 11 on handheld. Like its predecessor, the Legion Go 2 runs on Windows 11, which brings both advantages and quirks. On the plus side, you can tap into your full PC game library without restrictions: Steam, Game Pass, Epic, GOG. They all work here. That flexibility is what makes the device stand apart from closed ecosystems like the Switch, or even more console-like handhelds. But Windows 11 is still a desktop OS at heart. That means background updates and notifications sometimes intrude on what should feel like a streamlined handheld experience. It also puts added strain on the battery, since Windows isn't as lightweight as a custom operating system. The good news is, Lenovo's Legion Space interface smooths over much of this by creating a more console-like front end, but the underlying quirks of Windows don't fully disappear. For players who want the freedom of full PC compatibility, this trade-off is worth it. You're essentially carrying a tiny gaming laptop in handheld form. Just be ready for the occasional moment where Windows reminds you it wasn't originally designed for pocket-sized hardware. It's the price of flexibility, and one Lenovo has worked hard to make manageable. And that's the Lenovo Legion Go 2 in a nutshell. Part powerhouse, part experiment, and definitely a conversation starter in the handheld gaming space. It's packing serious upgrades, but also comes with a premium price and the quirks of running Windows on a portable. The big question is simple: do the improvements line up with what you want out of a handheld? If the answer's yes, then you're looking at one of the most ambitious gaming devices out right now. If not, at least now you know exactly what you're walking into before spending a single dollar.